Hey guys. Okay, so I'm re-filming this video because I just filmed one and it was like 22 minutes long and I was like, no. But anyway, this is going to be an unhaul video and there are several books that I'm unhauling. And what I did before was I was like explaining to you why I was unhauling each one. So in this one, I'm just gonna either explain a few of them or I'm not gonna explain any. We'll see. But yeah, I need to make this quicker than that. So yeah, here we go. Okay, the first book is South Riding by Winifred Holtby. This is just a really crappy copy, and when I bought this because I saw the miniseries and really enjoyed it, but then recently when I rewatched it, I realized that the miniseries is fine, but that it's kind of depressing enough that I don't really want to read the book. And I was going to get rid of this and get a new copy anyway, so now I'm just going to get rid of it and not get a new copy. Next we have The Odyssey by Homer. I'm getting rid of this one because I realized that I really wanted to read the Robert Fagles translation, which, as you guys know, I have out from the library and am currently reading. This is the Samuel Butler translation, and as you can see, it's quite a bit smaller, but also the text is not in poetry form the way it is in the Robert Fagles. But yeah, so I'm going to be giving this away because it was just a little Dover edition. And next we have The Help by Catherine Stockett. This I'm not going to be giving away because it's my aunt's copy, but I've had it on my bookshelves for a while, so I'm just going to give it back to her. And she doesn't mind that I've kept it for so long because after she reads a book once, she's like, oh yeah, you can have it. But I'm going to give this back to her because I watched the movie and I enjoyed it, and that's when I wanted to read the book, because that's actually, my aunt read the book when the film was in theaters, but then she never saw the film. But yeah, she loved this, and then she lent it to my mom, and my mom loved it, and I think my grandmother may have read it and also loved it, I can't remember. So that's why I borrowed it from her, because I was like, well, if the three of you loved it, then I'm probably gonna love it. Especially because I did enjoy the movie, but I don't know, it's been a good 5 years at least since the movie came out. So yeah, I just realized that it's been quite a while and I now no longer have any interest in reading the book, so I'll just watch the movie. And I don't know, if people say that there are differences between the movie and the book, I'll just look them up. Yeah, no interest in this anymore, sadly. Okay, next we have Geography of You and Me by Jennifer E. Smith. This is one that's up in the air, because I really loved this the first time I read it, but it's one of those books where I'm kind of afraid that if I reread it, it won't be as perfect of a reading experience, especially because when I read this, I had just discovered Great Big World's CD, and they have 2 or 3 songs on their CD that literally match this book perfectly. So the fact that I was listening to that CD while I was reading this book was perfect. It was great. It was like those songs were written to go with this. So yeah. I don't know. This is up in the air. And then we have David Copperfield by Dickens. I read the first 50 pages of this and hated it. I saw the movie and I enjoyed the movie, but the thing is, like, I was comparing this to Nicholas Nickleby. Nicholas Nickleby has a bunch of bad crap happen to him, but he is so good about it because he's like, I'm gonna overcome these obstacles, I'm still gonna be an optimist, I'm still going to look for the good in people, I'm still gonna try to be happy in my life even though it kind of sucks. He's so, I just love his character so much. With this, a lot of bad stuff happens, and David Copperfield just kind of lets it happen. He doesn't, I don't know, I got 50 pages into this thing, and I was like, this is depressing to another level that Nicholas Nickleby was not. So, yeah, I'm gonna skip this one. Especially because there are so many Dickens books that I have. Like, I have 4 or 5 on my shelves that I am very excited to read. So I figured, why include one that I'm not that excited to read? Next, we have Life on the Refrigerator Door by Alice Coopers. I really loved this when I read it, but it was the kind of thing where I just don't think I'm going to reread it. And also, it's the kind of thing that I want to pass on to other people, because I feel like not a whole lot of people know about this book. I learned about it, it was popular on YouTube for a while, like a while ago, but yeah, I haven't heard anything about it, and I certainly haven't heard people talk about it in real life, so I feel like I want to pass this on so someone else can enjoy it. Next we have Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. I got this because I did not read it in high school or college, and I thought that it was a classic that I needed to read. And then, this is a divided camp. It's either you love it or you hate it. And I realized that with what I know of Holden Caulfield, I don't like him, and I don't think I will. And also, a few booktubers whose opinions I sincerely trust, and I feel like there's a few booktubers who I either have the same book taste as them, or even if we don't have the same book taste, we have similar personalities, and they are the ones who haven't liked this book, so I feel like I am not going to enjoy this. And I figure I still really want to read Franny and Zoe, so if I want to read those, that collection, which is only 2, but anyway, since I want to read those, I figure it's okay if I don't want to read this. So, yeah, that's going. And then we have Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. Same story with this that I had with the Dickens ones. I love War and Peace. War and Peace is depressing, but all the main characters, even though all 3 of the main characters make some mistakes, and some of the mistakes that they make are life-changing, they are all still incredibly likable, and I just really enjoy them. And I just love the story so much. I love it. This, I don't like any of the characters or the story. I haven't read it, but I have seen 2 or 3 adaptations of the film, and I saw one where Sophie Marceau, I think that's her name, was Anna, and it was great. I loved her performance, but I don't like any of the characters. I didn't feel bad for Anna until the last 5 minutes, and if you guys know the story, you know what happens in the last 5 minutes. It took me until that point to feel bad for her, and I feel like that's incredibly harsh, but it's how I feel, and I feel really bad about it, because I'm like, man, I'm not meaning to hate on you, but I feel like all 3 of you guys did this to yourselves. So, yeah, I don't like it. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to watch the Keira Knightley version that's on HBO Go right now, and if that somehow miraculously changes my mind, I'm going to keep this, especially because it is beautiful, and I spent a lot of money on it before I saw the film, and also it is a beautiful translation, because it's the Pepper Volkonsky one, and it's just a great, beautiful book. So, yeah, I will keep this if the Keira Knightley one changes my mind, but I kind of doubt it will. And again, I wasn't meaning to be incredibly harsh about the way I feel about the story. I don't love it at all. Okay, next we have Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. This is a book that I got from the library, or when I first read it, I checked it out from the library, and I really enjoyed it, but it's one of those books where I'm really afraid that if I read it again, I will find fault with it. And yeah, I bought this on an impulse as soon as I saw that there was a special edition out. And I really shouldn't have. Like, I should have listened to my gut that said, hey, if you read this a year ago and you still haven't bought it, then you probably won't reread it. But I didn't, so I bought it. And yeah, I feel like if I read this again, I will find fault with it. So, but I mean, the reason why I'm still debating keeping it is just for this alone. The artwork is freaking beautiful. It's amazing. But yeah, I don't know. So, yes. And then we have City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare. This is the 5th book in the Mortal Instruments series, and I've already given away the first 4, and I didn't really enjoy this one very much, so not gonna reread it. And then we have Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. If you guys have seen my review of this, then you know why I'm giving it away. No explanation needed. 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. I just realized that this is not the book of his that I really want to read. I really want to read Love in the Time of Cholera first, and that one just sounds much more interesting to me. And also, I got this one for $1, so it's not like I feel like I'm losing a lot of money by giving it away. Then we have Insurgent by Veronica Roth. This is the 2nd book in the Divergent series, or trilogy, I guess. I am debating rereading this before the film comes out, but I'm afraid that if I do that, I will pick apart the film a lot. And I don't know if I want to keep this or not, because I really, really enjoyed it when I first read it. But again, I'm worried that if I read it a second time, I won't enjoy it nearly as much. But I gave this a 4.5 when I first read it, so this is going to be like Geography of You and Me. It's kind of going to be up in the air. And then we have some comics. This is a 4-part story arc that I think is supposed to be a 5-part one, but I think I misplaced the 5th one. But anyway, it's for X-Men Legacy, and I really enjoyed the story, but I just really didn't like the artwork. That's Rogue, and I really just didn't like the art, so I don't even know if my used bookstore accepts comics. We'll have to see about that. 19 Minutes by Jodi Picoult, as well as Mercy by Jodi Picoult, as well as Change of Heart by Jodi Picoult, and also Salem Falls by Jodi Picoult. I realized that I just haven't felt like reading one of her books in about 4 years, and so I don't think I will anytime soon. I really enjoyed the ones that I have read. Like, I love My Sister's Keeper, and I have kept that book, because I did thoroughly enjoy it, but yeah, I don't know if it's her general plot lines that I haven't felt like reading, or her genre, I don't know, but I just realized that I haven't felt like reading one in a while, so I might as well give them away. Then next we have the Iliad by Homer. I think I showed you guys the Odyssey. Yeah, this is the same thing. Basically, I really want to read the Robert Fagles translation, and this is the Samuel Butler one. And these were really cheap, so I don't feel like I'm losing a whole lot of money by giving this away. And I'm just going to check out the Robert Fagles one from the library. Next we have Mel and the Floss by George Eliot. This is one of those books where I bought it just because it was a George Eliot book and because I was in the Strand and wanted to buy a classic. And I really love this cover, so it's kind of a shame that I'm giving this away, but I realized that I didn't read the synopsis until I got home, and it sounds incredibly boring, and I already have Daniel Deronda and Middlemarch and Silas Marner, all of which sound wonderful, and actually with Silas Marner, I already know that story, because I saw the Wishbone episode when I was little, but anyway, so yeah, those are all stories that I'm very excited to read by her, so I figured why keep one that I don't actually really want to read. Oh, another reason that why I bought it is because I really wanted to see the film. Oh, sorry guys, books fell over. We had a book crash here. Anyway, sorry for that little mishap. But yeah, so, not gonna read that one. Next we have Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. This was another situation like the Odyssey where I just realized that I really want to read a different translation. I really want to read the Julie Rose translation that is kind of newer, and also this is an abridged copy, and I really want to read this in its entirety the first time I read it, because I feel like if I ever reread this, it's going to be once every 10 or 15 years, because it's so ginormous. So I feel like I want to read it in its entirety the first time. And the last two are 44 Scotland Street and Espresso Tales, both by Alexander McCall Smith. I got these like 5 years ago, and I still have yet to read them. I was very interested in the premise when I first got them, but then just kind of waited too long to read them and sort of outgrew the want to read the series. I still really want to read his adaptation or retelling of Emma by Jane Austen, because he's part of the Austen Project, and so I do definitely really want to read that, so I'll probably get that for Christmas or something, but I just have no interest in reading this series anymore. So yeah, that's it, and I'm sorry that this took so long, but I got it down to 6 or 7 minutes shorter than it was before, so yay. And thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you think I'm crazy for giving away some of these, but it probably won't change my mind, no offense. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.